Likewise, in a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable. Pakistan and India.
I think India has been very clear on that front and said that the cessation of hostilities that occurred on May 10th were a consequence of India's own military actions. And I think my understanding is Prime Minister Modi has made that quite clear to President Trump.
Likewise, in a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable. You're never going to get them solved. Some were going for 31 years, 2 of them, 31, think of it, 31 years. One was 36 years. One was 28 years. I ended 7 wars. And in all cases, they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed. This includes Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, the Congo and Rwanda, a vicious, violent war that was, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, and Armenia and Azerbaijan.
We heard from US President Donald Trump. He gave a speech at the United Nations where he spoke about a number of issues, and in passing he mentioned taking credit for ending a lot of conflicts, including a reference to India and Pakistan. I think India has been very clear on that front and said that the cessation of hostilities that occurred on May 10th were a consequence of India's own military actions. And I think my understanding is Prime Minister Modi has made that quite clear to President Trump. But he has reiterated that. So I think that has been part of an ongoing conversation.
And the look in I think the record of what happened at that time was very clear, and the ceasefire was something which was negotiated between the DGMOs of the 2 countries. So I will leave it at that.
Sir, I'd like to inform the House that on the 9th of May, Vice President J.D. Vance called the Prime Minister, warning of a massive Pakistani attack in the next few hours. Prime Minister, in his response, made it very clear that if such an attack happens, it would meet with an appropriate response from our side. Now, sir, that attack took place and was foiled by our armed forces, and I think the House should collectively appreciate the performance of the armed forces in foiling what was a massive attack on the 9th and 10th of May. Now, our response, which the Prime Minister promised, was delivered, and it was delivered with devastating effect. I don't have to say anything. Every member has seen satellite pictures of Pakistani airfields. You can see from the state of those airfields, which shown by the pictures, what was our answer. Now, on the 10th of May, we received phone calls sharing the impression of other countries that Pakistan was ready to cease the fighting. Our position was, if Pakistan was ready, we needed to get this as a request from the Pakistani side through the DGMO channel. That is exactly how that request came. Now, I want to make 2 things very clear, sir. One, at no stage in any conversation with the United States was there any linkage with trade and what was going on. Secondly, there was, please listen. Secondly, there was no call between the Prime Minister and President Trump from the 22nd of April, when President Trump called up to convey his sympathy, and the 17th of June, when he called up Prime Minister in Canada to explain why he could not meet.